Hello everyone, and today I'm back with another topic, another video. Today it's going to be slightly a bit different from the usually educational videos. Before we begin, because I'm going to go straight to the point, I just want to briefly introduce myself in case you're new to this channel. My name is Elisabetta, and I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery coach and energy healer. My purpose here is not only to help you fully heal and recover from the complex PTSD that you have been struggling from, and the narcissistic abuse from either your parents, a romantic relationship, or both, but also to help you and guide you to thrive after this abuse, and so you get the life that you truly deserve and want. So, moving past this brief introduction, I want to talk about being worthy, about being good enough. And this is a video that I really want to send it out to you. If you saw this video on your recommendations, it's a sign that it's for you, because this video is meant for you to hear on what you never got as a child, on what you never received as a child. And it's the fact that you're good enough. You're good enough just as you are. You're worthy. And I'm going to tell you things because as I'm saying these words, your mind will probably start to spiral and find reasons to try to say on why you're not good enough, on why you are not worthy of good things. And some reasons that might come to your head are, for example, you're not working enough, you don't have enough money, you are not cleaning enough around the house, you're not being, polite or nice enough, extrovert enough for people. So people always find ways to criticize you. People find ways to find flaws in you and mistakes. And that's why now you feel like you're not good enough. Now, every time you look at yourself in the mirror and you see a guy or a girl, a man or a woman who is supposed to love themselves, you're supposed to love yourself when you become an adult. You're supposed to love yourself when you grow up, when you're growing as a child and then as a teenager. But we don't. Because society has this virus. We usually have viruses, we have like COVID a couple of years ago, and we had a lot of viruses across history, but nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about the fact that the most normalized virus in today's society is self-hatred, is shame and guilt. We grow up so much of, parents shaming us. Like, how do you dare say this? How do you dare do this? I'm your parent, I'm your mother, I'm your father. How do you dare do this? And they tell us, you're not worthy of this until you get a job. You're not worthy of X, Y, Z until you get the education papers. You're not worthy of whatever until you do this. And when you achieve that same thing, then you're not worthy, you're not good enough too, because then you have to go to the next step. And it's never good enough, no matter how much you achieve. But I'm here as a reminder. I'm here as your sign that you're watching this video, that you're good enough as you are. And whatever people tell you, whatever your partner, your family, even friends, or even your boss at work, if you're having toxic situations where people are constantly finding the negative traits in you and constantly reminding you that, oh, you are flawless. Yeah. They use passive aggression and they say, oh, because you don't have any mistakes and you always blame others. No, it's the truth. Like, in the core, you are flawless because you are human. And this is the craziest irony of whole history, because we are already perfect as we are. Religions and politics and marketing from these big corporations, they make us believe that we're imperfect and that we always need to chase this big thing or buy it to constantly try to make ourselves better, because they profit from our shame, from our self-hatred. This is the truth. This is the lie that we have been fed off. This is the irony and this is the contradiction, because we are already perfect by being imperfect, by having flaws, by being too emotional, by being too sensitive, by being too chaotic or having too much energy, or maybe not knowing the social norms of society, maybe not knowing like, hey, I'm supposed to know how to do small talk and talk about the weather, instead of talking about the generational trauma that usually most families have and the mental health issues. If you don't like small talk, that's okay. You are not the only one. If you were too creative as a child and you always had a bunch of ideas, and now you're sitting on your desk from 6 or 7 a.m. till 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and a laptop or on the computer, and then you come home exhausted. Maybe this life is not for you. I'm not saying everyone needs to be an entrepreneur or like to create a business, but if you have a lot of ideas and you're constantly brainstorming, maybe write them down and maybe you will create something out of it. Because society, even the educational system, it's made for making slaves in factories. And factories are not literal factories. They are the jobs that we usually work in. And if you relate with that, that's perfectly fine. If you like your job, that's great. I'm happy for you. But I'm speaking to the people now that were made to believe that they are not good enough, no matter on what they do or what they say, no matter on how much they try to mask their real selves in society, and it's never good enough. Because if they show their real selves, actually, they will also be rejected and criticized by the masses. By people who have no hobbies, people who have no lives because they're miserable gossiping about others. And so they project their own miserability, they project their own depression, their own self-hatred into you. So this virus of never accepting yourself is now in you. We have self-hatred, self-shame. We never accept fully ourselves until the day we die. And I think it's great to grow because you literally want to improve as a person. You want to improve your character, your personality traits. You want to improve your skills. That's great. But the way that you're doing it is what counts. Because you never have to live. It's not normal, but it's common. You don't have to live in a society that shames you for not being good enough, for not being up to the standard of what people want or expect from you. And I know this video will be triggering for many of you who watch it. But if it's triggering, maybe you should consider and think on what you have accepted as the normal thing growing up, from your parents, from the educational system, from work now. Because there's many wrong things in society that I'm sure you know. But one thing we don't consider is how this virus is deeply integrated in society. It grows from generations. It starts with our family and it keeps being perpetuated by the system. And I'm here to remind you that if you're watching this, you're here to break this cycle. You're starting to educate yourself, and then you're going to educate your children to never hate themselves. Because you are being a victim just because you hate yourself. You're easily triggered because when people remind you of your flaws, when people remind you that you did something wrong, a part of you accepts that. A part of you knows that this part of you believes that he or she is wrong, that he or she is never good enough, that he or she is broken, flawed. But this is the thing. This is the contradiction again. This is the beauty of life. We come from source, which is pure unconditional love. And you call it universe, God, the ancient gods. You call it cosmic awareness, cosmic consciousness. Is the same thing. Is the same freaking thing. We come from love to this place that is distorted. Because humanity have distorted it, or the dark forces and dark energies have distorted it. For you to always be dependent and believe that if you're never good enough, you will always chase something. But again, I'm here as a reminder. You're good enough, you're good enough, and you are worthy of good things. You're good enough because you're trying your best, and you know you're putting all the effort that you can in trying your best in learning languages, in doing your best in university or school. You're doing your best in cleaning your place. You're doing your best in doing chores and trying to complete them every day. You're doing your best in socializing, in trying to make friends when you're literally terrified and anxiety is always trying to fight with you. You're doing your best and you know that. And I don't want you to continue accepting what people tell you because it's just projections. These people that criticize you also have self-shame and also have self-hatred deep inside. I know you might doubt it because these people also have masks and they project this idea of having their shit together and having their life together. But it's not true. Because actually a healthy person, or at least a person that is actively healing and improving themselves, they will be happy that you are changing, that you're growing, that you're putting all the effort. They will see your effort. Only miserable people notice your mistakes all the time. Only miserable people criticize you and gossip about you. So before finishing this video, I want to remind you, you're good enough, You're worthy. You're good enough of that car. You're worthy of that car. You're good enough for your efforts. You're worthy of financial abundance. You're worthy of getting thousands per month, not just what your job offers. You're worthy of being in a luxurious, comfortable, cozy place. You're worthy for going to nature outside, for relaxing. You're actually good enough and worthy to relax when you feel like it, when you feel you need to relax. You don't have to work more to prove yourself that you deserve to rest. Another reason, and very important reason on why I made this video, is because we didn't deserve the treatment that we had as children, especially from our parents. Because many times we just wanted to be loved unconditionally, because this is the type of love that we're supposed to receive from our parents. And instead, we always get the same thing, that we are not good enough. And we try to climb up the ladder, but it's always the goalposts keep moving. They always keep changing. We did not deserve that as children. So again, the fact that you're watching this video, it's a sign to start loving yourself today and to start stopping with the self-hatred and the self-shame virus. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, it's the same thing for everyone. You're worthy to rest, to live, to laugh. You don't have to prove nothing to anyone. It's just a lie that you had repeating and programmed in your head for generations. And this is the virus of self-shame and self-hatred. And I hope that after watching this video, you begin to reconnect with your inner child that you also pushed away because of that self-hatred, because of how people made you feel. So if you want some support, if you want more support by working with me, I also offered a private container in Telegram. It works as group coaching and private coaching. It's called Boundless Bloom. And it's the first step. We focus on healing your abandonment wound, which is also one of the contributors of why you're always chasing people, always trying to prove yourself to people. It's only 97 euros, can be split into payments if you need so, and the link will be found down below and also in the comments. So if you resonate with this video, please share it while on social media, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere, because many people need to hear this message. Many people need this because we're living a lie and it has been so integrated. So I hope you really like this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe down below and hit the notifications bell so you never miss a video from me. See you in the next week. Bye.